What's up, everybody, and welcome to Memory Lane, the show here where we talk about the games that we love and why we care so much about them. Here, we share our stories, our memories, our first experiences with games, and this week's game is The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us for me was a very special game in the way of how I experienced it. So, this game, The Last of Us, I never played it on PlayStation 3 because it didn't really attract my attention. I didn't like the post-apocalyptic world. I didn't really like the horror vibe from it that I was getting. And I was like, this game's not gonna do anything. I don't need to buy it. But I think like a month or two after the game came out on PlayStation 3, of course, I watched all the cutscenes on YouTube, the YouTube movies, as you will, and oh my God, I was impressed. This game was so heart-wrenching, so impactful, and I didn't even play it. I was watching it like if I was watching a movie, and I gotta tell you, these characters were amazing. Ellie, Joel were now they are now essential PlayStation characters. They are awesome. They kick butt. They care for each other. They have that side of humanity that I feel some characters lack. Like, believe me, Nathan Drake is cool and all, but he doesn't care about killing someone and then he's killing people just to kill people. But in The Last of Us, you kill people and there's a reason to it because if you don't kill this person, he's going to kill you and he's going to take all your stuff, everything about it. So, I watched it. It was really really good, but I still had no interest in playing it. Mostly because I was like, I already watched it, so I don't need to play this. And the PS4 came around. It came around, and I got my PS4. I think in December. It came out in November, so I got it a month later. And I played a few games. I was playing Resogun, you know, Battlefield 4, I think, and you know, the 2014 drought came and it hit you hard. There was no games to play at all. And I'm being literally serious. Nothing was coming out on IGN. What's coming out this week on PlayStation 4? It said nothing. Nothing. Maybe some weird indie games that probably weren't that good, but nothing was coming out. And then at the light at the end of the tunnel here was The Last of Us Remastered. I was like, I did watch all the cutscenes, so why shouldn't I just play the game? So I did. I bought it. I think I went to Best Buy. I went there pretty early, and I'm being literally serious. There was nothing to play. I was so bored at home. So my dad took me to Best Buy, and we got it. We got there, and I asked the dude. I couldn't find it on the shelves, and I was like, "Do you guys have The Last of Us Remastered?" And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, they're just in the back. We have to put them up on the shelf." I was like, "Oh okay, can I get one?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." I was I was so early. I was there from the minute they opened. I was the first person in, and I just wanted to play this game. I wanted to get home. I wanted to put on my headphones and just get immersed in this game, if you will. And I began to play it, and it's a completely different beast playing it than watching it. Why? Because you feel those pressures of, it's not Joel has to take care of Ellie. It is me, because I'm Joel. I have to take care of Ellie. You feel and you care for more than you just when you just watch it, because you are the one playing it. Now, I love Ellie so much, and I don't mean that in any other way except for the literally the only way you should care about Ellie is your daughter. Ellie is part of me because she is my little girl, because she is my baby girl, like Joel likes to say. She literally is. she you would do in the game, and I would even say in real life, if I had an Ellie, you do anything for her to keep her safe and sound, and that she has the ability to go to sleep and wake up the next morning. Now, Ellie was an awesome part of the game, but also the game was fun. It was fun to play. Some of these story games sometimes lack gameplay, and you're like, this is cool story for sure, but I'm not really playing it, or the gameplay kind of sucks. But no, the gameplay here was pretty good. It was awesome. I think it melded story and gameplay quite good in the way of what it was trying to do. And from there, we have the interaction with the world and with other characters. You meet, you eventually meet the young man and little boy, Sam and Henry. Sam being the little boy and Henry being the young man. And you as the player don't trust this person because that is what the world has trained you to do. This world cannot be trusted because they will kill you and you will kill them. That's how it works here. But you get to the end of resolution and you don't fight these people. Why? Because you see a little of you in them. They're trying to do the same thing. Protect his little brother. You have to protect your little girl. Even though Joel at the time doesn't admit that it's his little girl because he's somewhat mad that he lost his other daughter. But no, beside that point, that very dark, deep point is you know, humanity is not completely lost. The examples would be the people who are born into this world, Henry, Ellie. These characters have never had the childhood, have never had a life like you and me, and Joel and Henry have. They had the world before the all hell broke loose, and now they have to live with this other world where that's not how it works at all. That's not how any of this works anymore because everything is so screwed up. Now, I think one of the coolest and I think deepest things that this game's done for me is I had a dream where, you know, these are weird dreams. I have very weird dreams sometimes where I was a dad. I was around maybe 30-ish, something like that. And I had a son with me. He was around maybe 10, something like that. And I cared a lot about him, just like Joel and Ellie would, or Joel and Ellie's relationship. I cared so much for him. I would do anything for him. I would kill myself for my son. But it came to the point. It came to the point where we met Ellie on the journey, and she was skeptical as well. You can't trust anyone. But my son got her trust, and then she was on the ride with us. Trying to get to wherever we were trying to get. And what's we call it? We got ambushed by a whole bunch of assholes who were trying to kill us and take our stuff or whatever. And she gave her life to save my son. And that was the moment where I saw her die or whatever. I woke up and I got up from my bed and dropped to my knees and cried like if I saw a real person die. I'm being literally serious. My eyes were somewhat red. Water was coming down my eyes, and I was like, "She's dead. She's dead. I can't do anything about it." And it impacted me. It impacted me so much. You know, you might say, "Oh, you don't know anything about death." I do. I have had family members who died very close, very young, and I had almost the exact same feeling. I don't know how and I don't know why, but I did. And I think that's one of the beauties about this game is it made me feel something that I would never, in other words, I would never feel from a game, at least. You know, Sometimes you feel it with movies, but to a certain point. But the game made me feel like no other thing no other virtual thing ever did. And I'm being literally serious. Naughty Dog here did their absolute best at their job, creating stories, creating characters, creating gameplay, im- getting the art style down, really, really cool, and getting all these clickers down with their special abilities as well as how they look, how they walk like if they were in pain, something like that. It adds very much dimensions to each part of the world, and I gotta say they they hit they hit a light they got lightning in a bottle, man. This is a 10 out of 10, and I really hope The Last of Us 2 is just as good as this game. You know, me being now a Last of Us fan, I just want to see Ellie back. I want to see her grow up. I want to see her with Joel getting old as well, because he's pretty old. Um, this game, The Last of Us, should be in a museum. It should show the world that games aren't just about, shooting people in the face in Call of Duty, shooting people in Battlefield, only Minecraft, only Mario, only Sonic. Games can tell stories that no other medium can tell because you feel attached to Ellie because you are Joel. And I don't think, and I've hit this point already, but you are Joel. It's very different when someone tells you about Joel and Ellie, but playing it, you are Joel and Ellie is next to you. That's how impactful it is, and that's why Ellie means so much to me that I would say I'm 17 years old. I have no plan to have a kid yet at all. But when I do, and if it's a little girl, her name will be Ellie, so she'll be my Ellie. And that very much clears up what I have to say about The Last of Us. Now, we getting close to 7 subscribers. Please subscribe more, please, and share the video with your friends on youtube.com/boostpad. And until the next time, thanks for watching.